Good afternoon. Today is March 16th, 2016. This video is brought to you by whitewavetradingstrategies.com. This is pre-FOMC price action. I've been looking for this 2031 level, the 2035 today in the S&Ps. We've got there in the Marches, which is front month. The Junes came all the way up. With expiration tomorrow, we're just going to have to wait out and see the price action in the equities. But we're going to need a close over 2035 in the Junes going forward to start another leg up in the equity indices. In this morning's notes, I've been talking about for the last 2 days that I liked the oil as a trade, because it was basically trading on its own fundamentals and immune to what the FOMC was doing and what the reaction of the Fed was going to be. We held yesterday. We've come all the way back up. The numbers haven't changed. We start 38.99 is the next level, and above that, we'll rally another $1.50 to start with. Let's go through some of the currencies quickly. Here's the cash euro. It came close to its 200-day this morning, and basically this whole move was at 2 o'clock straight up, or I mean at 1 o'clock straight up. It should come up anywhere close to this 112.93 to 113 area. Should reject the first time up. So we'll see how high this will get. The yen didn't quite get to where I was featuring this morning. I was looking at this 87.94.95 level. In my morning notes is a low risk buy zone. It never got down there, and then it took off. Canada basically double bottom this morning at 74.62 with a 61 low. You know, I've been friendly to this right down in this area for the last couple of days, but it just hasn't responded with the oil rallying, and it took, you know, unchanged in the rates for this to rally. So it was just tough for me to stay long it. The other currency that's a risk-on currency is the Aussie dollar. This has an outside reversal higher day in. If the cash comes back to 75.30 to 40, you want to see if it holds here, and if it does, that's probably around 7,500 to 7,510 in the futures. If it can hold an initial retest back down here, then this has possibilities to go a lot higher, to the tune of another 100, 150 points with a risk on board. But I don't want to get ahead of myself with this. That's all going to be predicated on what the equity indices do over the next 2 days. If they hold and rally, the Aussie will go with it. The trade I totally missed today was the gold. So it got good above 1238 to 41. I featured that level early as an area for price rejection. It never got up there with a 1235 high during the pit session. And after we closed, again, this was the same trade with everything else at 1 o'clock, straight up. Some of the other currencies that are of interest are the Mexican peso. This put in an outside reversal lower day, which is higher peso, and the EWW, which is their stock ETF, is the same pattern. So if you get something back to 50.60 in the Mexican iShares, you know, this is an area that's you should consider a long, because at least you know where you're wrong. You're not risking it. You know, the risk here is $1 to be long Mexico. some of the individual names that are now starting to get a little extended is Facebook. Apple is looking good. I wouldn't chase it here. I'd let it settle back again a couple of bucks. Google's the one that seems to be holding up better than most of the other FANG names. Let's put in an outside reversal higher week. Last week, this week's low of 743 basically, and it's basically they tried to retest it again this morning, has held. So as long as 745 holds on a closing basis, this is going to try to eventually make new all-time highs. So this is one of these momentum trades that could really get a little traction at the end of this week, beginning of next week, going into month end. And price lines held up well through this whole thing. And this looks like it can go another $30, $30 to $40 to go up to this 1388 level and retest this gap that it broke from in November. That's all for tonight. Thanks for listening. Good luck and good trading.